shithole.
Oh my god. No, thank
Oh,
you.
closures.
Thankfully, the track got sold and is owned by at least people that know how to do race car stuff. So,
I'm heading out, man. You want to ride?
No, I got my car, but I actually really need to go to the bathroom.
Dude, are you okay?
I am definitely buzzed.
Yeah.
I think I will take this and I will take that ride home.
If there's one thing every car guy hates, it's cleaning the garage. Do you want to take most of the time and hassle out of that job? Then call Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Agnes and her crew will have your garage, shop, basement, or even your porch looking great all the time. With unique patterns and designs, plus the ability to incorporate your logo or any artwork, your space will never have looked better. Installation is done in 1 day, guaranteed, and Zone Garage offers a 20-year warranty on the top coat. Their coatings are durable, anti-slipped, and impact resistant. Give them a call at 570-856-6067. That's 570-856-6067 for Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey. If there's one thing every car guy hates, it's cleaning the garage. Do you want to take most of the time and hassle out of that job? Then call Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Agnes and her crew will have your garage, shop, basement, or even your porch looking great all the time. With unique patterns and designs, plus the ability to incorporate your logo or any artwork, your space will never have looked better. Installation is done in 1 day, guaranteed, and Zone Garage offers a 20-year warranty on the top coat. Their coatings are durable, anti-slipped, and impact resistant. Give them a call at 570-856-6067. That's 570-856-6067 for Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey.
The tit, the most unassuming of bird species. The tit is from a large family of small passerine birds which mainly occur in the northern hemisphere. Members of this family are commonly referred to as tits throughout much of the English-speaking world. These birds are mainly small, stocky, woodland species. Some have crests or beards. Just like another animal, the Alba commune pine, they range from 4 to 8 inches. Many species live around human habitation and come readily for nuts or seed, and learn to take other foods. This message was presented by the DeWeather Institute. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Southern National Motorsports Park, where tonight the iRacing Sprint Car Cup will crown their 2021 Season 3 champion. My name is Chris Graham with the National Racing Network. It is a pleasure to have you hanging out with us here this evening. Qualifications already underway out on the racetrack. Let's get you the best lap times up here on the screen, show you who's going to be starting where. New quick time, top of the board, Ryan Sellers, 12.392 seconds. Gwendolyn Old, second quick. What a lap. 12.357. She's got one more to go here through 3 and 4. A little bit slower. The turns 1 and 2 end of the racetrack. See what she's going to do on lap number 2. It will be a slower lap time for Gwendolyn Old. Looks like Ryan Sellers is going to be at the top of the board here this evening. Pick up Austin Rich Miller making his way around the racetrack. He'll see the green flag to start his qualification run as Ron Quinzel jumps up to 7th quick on the scoreboard. I want to thank everybody who's tuning in here on YouTube and Twitch. Thank you very much for hanging out with us. Let us know where you're watching from. We'll get your name up there in the comments. Jeffrey Stanton out on the racetrack right now. He went 3rd quick on lap number 1. Lap number 2, going to move him up to 3rd quick. 12.361 seconds for Jeffrey Stanton. Just a couple of thousands back of Gwendolyn Old for a spot on the outside of the front row. Heading into tonight's race, it is a very tight battle at the top of the point standings. Ryan Sellers, currently your point leader, sitting on 1,284 markers. Jeffrey Stanton, 3rd in points at 1,208. The title may be out of reach once you start factoring in the drop weeks. However, the battle for 2nd is a good one. 1,208 for Jeffrey Stanton, 1,202 for Dan Smith. Stephen Mastro at 1190. That one going to be very, very tight here. Looks like we will not have Dan Smith in the race here this evening. However, Jeffrey Stanton and Stephen Mastro going to be lining up alongside of each other on row number 2. As we follow around with Josh Batista as he finishes up, his qualification run. Looks like everybody has completed their runs. Well, just about anyway. Batista sitting here at the end of pit lane, but he's already got lap number 2 up on the scoreboard. Little less than 60 seconds remain in the qualifying session. Get you a look here at Gwendolyn Old. Fantastic run for Gwendolyn. She's going to be starting on the outside of row number 1. Slow rolling chicane checking in on Twitch saying nothing like editing real race car pictures while watching virtual racing. Well, thank you very much for hanging out with us here. See, we can't get a quick word in here with our quick timer tonight, Mr. Ryan Sellers. And tell you what here, Ryan, the lap was pretty darn good and about the best way you could possibly think of to claim a championship here.
Yeah, hopefully the night continues well. Track temp's definitely different from what we were just in, so no surprise that my lap time picked up. So see what happens tonight.
What are you thinking here? 60 laps is a very long race, but at the same time, you guys can really hustle here around Southern National.
Honestly, I think tonight I'm definitely going to be thinking about saving tires. I haven't done that all season, so with it being a 60-lap race and how quick this track is, it's definitely going to be a tire-saving track.
All right, bud, thank you very much. Good luck tonight here as you get ready to start things out on the front row. And there is a look at your pole sitter. Get you the shot from high overhead aboard the NRN drone, and let's get you the starting lineup for tonight's race. 19 cars making up this single split race here tonight. Ryan Sellers going to line up alongside Gwendolyn Old, just 24 thousandths back of your pole sitter. 4 thousandths back going to be Jeffrey Stanton lining up on the inside of row 2. He will be alongside Stephen Mastro. Derek Love in the 5th position. 5 cars all within a tenth of a second in qualifying. Top heavy field here this evening. William Guest going to line up along the outside of row number 3. Blake Bottoms out of Carolinas and Ron Quinzel out of Florida on row number 4. Jason Brown and Austin Miller will occupy the 5th row here this evening. Row number 6 will belong to Chris Janke and Alexander Rowe. Brian Payne and Jason Steinhurst on row number 7. Row 8 will see Caleb Case from Indiana and Sam Johnson from the Hoosier State. Row 9, Mike Lefholz out of the Plains and Canada's Josh Batista. All alone on row number 10, going to be Mark Reynolds, another Indiana native. This one looks to be a pretty darn good race here this evening. You'll see the pace car make the hard left-hand turn here in just a moment. And as always, race fans, the start of the sprint car finale is going to be all yours. Couple of laps very quickly in the books, and it's going to be all Ryan Sellers. He sets a new fastest lap of the race as Jeffrey Stanton gets around Gwendolyn Old on the entry to turn number 1. He'll hold on to that position. Everybody's single file here. Tell you about the weather conditions tonight, brought up by Ryan in the interview there, brought to you by our friends at the Weather Center. Offensively accurate weather for eastern Pennsylvania. 80-degree track temperature, 56% humidity. Wind's going to be out of the southwest at 2 miles an hour under partly cloudy skies. 83 degrees is the track temperature here this evening. So a lot of grip to be made, but drivers are going to have to do at least a little bit of tire saving here. Trouble on the racetrack. Caution flag number 1 is out, and unfortunately looks like an issue for Austin Rich Miller. Get you the Hot Shoe Racewear instant replay here. See if we can see what happened. Oh, caught the bottom apron. Car gets twitchy. Oh, and big contact there with a 13 of Josh Batista. Unfortunately, nowhere for Josh to go on that one. Puts us under the first caution flag of the evening as the field is going to be working lap number 5. Fairly quiet week coming up here on the National Racing Network is once we wrap things up on Thursday night, we hit week 13 coverage, which basically means we're off the air, or at least very, very quiet. No official series going on that week. We'll take a look and see. We'll probably bring you a couple of nights worth of races, but that'll be more of the fun and hosted variety of things if you're familiar with the iRacing platform. 2021 Season 4 is going to be huge here on NRN. The High Slide Cup Series should be making their return. The Grid Rival Ezra IndyCar Series will be back for another season. Tuesday nights, how about 3 hours worth of TNT racing action in addition to the Sprint Car Series? That one will run from 8 to 11 p.m. Eastern Time. It'll see the Free V season, inaugural season, for the Formula V cars. Also USF 2000 and Indy Pro 2000. We'll tell you more about that one as the night goes on here. But green flag's back in the air. We are back underway working. I don't think we're working lap number 7 here. We'll see if this resets. But taking a look a little further back here, Derek Love battling with Blake Bottoms. Bottoms able to get that pass completed. Yeah, it is. Lap number 8 going up on the scoreboard right now. Bottoms going to go to work on Steven Mastro. The turns 3 and 4 end of the racetrack. Mastro down off the outside retaining wall. Tries to cover off the attack line down to the inside. This race will tick by in a big-time hurry if the green flag stays out here for any long period of time. Slide a little bit further back here. Pick up Jason Brown. Caution flag is out. Trouble on the racetrack for Alexander Rowe. As the field works lap number 11. Let's get you a Hot Shoe Racewear instant replay on that one. Rowe all by his lonesome at the back of the pack. A little bit too much throttle on corner exit. Had it down to the inside. Unfortunately, not able to get the car spun back around before leaders were going to come bearing down on him, and that does bring out the caution flag. Here's a look at Ryan Sellers. He is carrying the number 1 plate as the highest overall I-rated driver in the field. Jeffrey Stanton, you'll see the 94 on his car running a custom stamped paint scheme, so he is actually the number 2 in timing and scoring. 2 highest rated drivers in the field, currently running in the 1st and 2nd positions. Top 5 all running in the top 6. The outlier there going to be Gwendolyn Old, running in that number 10 machine. EI on the side of that one. Out of the UK and Ireland, I believe. Gwendolyn, the 10th overall rated driver here in the series. So as we were mentioning here, the USF 2000 is going to be the Bolt Series this year. Again, another new series coming up here from our friends at TNT Promotions. And in their regular time slot, the Bolt Series that you knew is the artist formerly known as the TNT Series. Well, now they've got 3, actually more than 3 of them. So you'll have Free and V, also the Bolt and Shock series. A lot of content coming up here on Tuesdays. Going to have an announcement to make on who will be taking over the broadcast chair here for the sprint cars as well. And it's a name you're going to be pretty darn familiar with here. Fields off at turn 4. Green flag goes back in the air. Jeffrey Stanton running a little bit different line from Ryan Sellers here at the front of the field. Sellers able to hold on to the spot, but Stanton has been very good at conserving tires. That's kind of been a hallmark of his throughout the season here, and Sellers mentioned that as well in the pre-race interview. Trouble on the racetrack for Caleb Case. Get you a Hot Shoe Racewear instant replay on this one. Case in the number 18 machine, that black and white car. Just again, a little bit too much throttle. Oh, buddy, he goes for a wild ride down into turn one, clipping the end of the wall separating the racetrack from pit lane. So Caleb Case, Austin Rich Miller going to be the first two drivers out of the race. They will finish tonight in the 18th and 19th positions, respectively. You see timing and scoring flipping out like that. That's how iRacing handles having caution laps not scored. Basically, under caution, every time you cross the line, it says you crashed. When you crash, you get an EOL penalty. The EOL penalty, once you cycle everybody through an EOL, is going to reset it to the appropriate leader at the head of the field. Coming up tomorrow during the day, we've got a new edition of the Pizza at the Pagoda podcast that's going to be dropping, and you do not want to miss this one. Got a chance to interview Miles Rowe, driver of the Force Indy USF 2000 Tatus race car. Miles becoming the first person of color to win an IndyCar sanctioned event, picking up the win in the USF 2000 race number 2 at New Jersey Motorsports Park this past weekend. Absolutely fantastic young man that is. His story is pretty darn incredible. Don't want to miss that one. Check it out on your favorite podcasting platform. We're on Apple, Spotify, Pandora, Alexa, you name it. If that's where you get your podcast content, you'll be able to hear the show there tomorrow. Ryan Sellers once again going to lead the field back to green here off of turn number 4. We're back underway. Jeffrey Stanton stays right in on Sellers. Steven Mastro going to work on Gwendolyn Old. Blake Bottoms wanting a piece of that action as well. Nobody really close enough here. This racetrack is locked down one lane, but don't tell Jeffrey Stanton that. He's having a peek to the outside of Ryan Sellers through 3 and 4. Slow Rolling Chicane says, Pizza at the Pagoda is the best new IndyCar and racing podcast out there. I think you might be one of my co-hosts for that podcast, but I can't tell which one you might be. But thank you for that. We appreciate it. We might be the only new IndyCar podcast out there, but one way or the other. Ryan Sellers holding on to the lead over Jeffrey Stanton. Blake Bottoms getting around Steven Mastro. We're going to see trouble on the racetrack. Looks like an issue for Ron Quinzel as we get around to lap number 20. Get you a Hot Shoe Racewear instant replay on this one. Keep your eye on that black and yellow number 9 machine. Quinzel up to the outside. Just again, a little bit too much throttle. Oh, what a wild ride for Chris Janke, getting pinched up into the outside wall. Big hit for Chris Janke's machine there. Get you the instant replay from the onboard of Chris Janke. That car finally comes to rest upside down and on his roof. putting us under the third caution flag of the race. Field will be coming back to work lap number 19. Lights are out on the iRacing safety car. Quick cleanup and catch fence repair out there in turn number 3. We're going to get back to racing here in just a moment. Unlike what we saw out of the Silver Crowns last night at Michigan, you will absolutely see these cars right up against the outside retaining wall. You cannot pass to the inside of a car until you get to the start-finish line. This green flag goes back in the air. Once again, top 2 absolutely going to check out, but it's going to be a 2-car length lead for for Ryan Sellers over Jeffrey Stanton. And we are right back under the caution flag. Trouble on the racetrack for Josh Batista. See what happened here on the restart. Drivers meeting turn 2. Christian Jasper checking in saying track marshal's really on it with that fence repair tonight. Yeah, Bub and the boys down south there, they're getting things hooked up here pretty darn quick, but unfortunately they're going to have more of that work to do here as we work the 4th caution flag of the evening. That one coming right back on the restart. Yeah, no kidding. They must be on that Homestead coffee. Yes, keeping us awake and alert to do whatever it is we're doing here this evening. See if we can sneak a word in here with Derek Love as we are under the caution flag here. Derek, so far, maybe not the race you would have liked to see, but I would imagine when the place is locked down inside like this, passing is going to be a pretty tall order.
Hey, Chris, what's going on? Yeah, I'm okay with the run so far. Obviously, wish we could be up there a little bit further. There's been some opportunities, but like you said, you just can't do it while we're doing under caution.
Do you think the top lane is going to come in here at all? We've seen Jeffrey Stanton start to sneak a peek out there.
No, I don't really think so. I think the bottom's going to be where it's at.
All right, bud. We will let you get ready to go back to green here. Thank you much for checking in with us. And off of turn number 4, green flag goes back in the air. We are underway once again. Still going to be Ryan Sellers holding on to the lead. Here's Gwendolyn Old battling with Blake Bottoms and Steven Mastro. Everybody staying single file. Couple of cars side by side, a little bit further back in the pack here. That is Sam Johnson and Jason Steinhurst. Steinhurst running in the 16. Steinhurst trying to make that outside lane come in, but having a tough go of it. In fact, he's going to be under attack from Ron Quinzel. Pass for position on the racetrack. Blake Bottoms getting around Gwendolyn Old. Get you that one on the Hot Shoe Racewear instant replay. Yeah, Bottoms, just great drive off the bottom of the corner. Unfortunately, caution flag is back out on the racetrack here. Trouble for Mark Reynolds and Jason Steinhurst. Steinhurst, that purple machine, up on the outside of the racetrack. Reynolds got a great drive. Oh, Steinhurst starts to snap left on corner exit and unfortunately takes the front end off of that Circle K number 17 of Mark Reynolds. Puts us back under the caution flag. Attrition definitely starting to rear its ugly head here. Is Jason Steinhurst going to be pit side, as is Mike Lefholz, Josh Batista, Alexander Rowe, Chris Janke, Caleb Case, and Austin Rich Miller. Down to 11 cars on the racetrack right now. Actually, no, we're actually back to 13 cars on the racetrack. Both Reynolds and Steinhurst look like they may be able to get back going again here. There's Jason Steinhurst in his pit box. Mark Reynolds making his way back out onto the racetrack. Caution flag number 5 here this evening in the first 25 laps. Pretty rapidly approaching the halfway point. Lights are out. We're back underway. Ryan Sellers, Jeffrey Stanton going to hold serve into turn number 1. Steven Mastro having a peek to the inside of Gwendolyn Old down the back straightaway. Not quite close enough to get the pass completed. Going to look again. Still not close enough. Old able to hold on to the bottom of the racetrack through turns 1 and 2. Working lap number 26 of 60. Mastro, big dive down to the inside. He's going full send on Gwendolyn Old, able to hold the car down there on the front straightaway. Gwendolyn Old putting up a heck of a fight on the outside of the racetrack, though. Able to slot back in line before Derek Love can occupy that inside lane. Top 3 cars checking out here. Ryan Sellers, Jeffrey Stanton, and Blake Bottoms. All going to be separated, we'll call it a car length and a half through the turns 1 and 2 end of the racetrack. Same gap through turns 3 and 4. Bottoms getting caught up on Stanton, though. Stanton's going to have to snake off that inside line down the front straightaway. A little bit of a tank slapper off of 2. Bottoms is going to have a run. Stanton has to take a little bit higher line. That's going to allow Blake Bottoms to get on the inside. Caution flag is out. I think Blake Bottoms may have had the pass completed at the start-finish line. Trouble once again for Ron Quinzel and black and yellow number 9 machine. Oh, big checkups down the back straightaway, and Quinzel hard into the inside retaining wall. That was a huge hit for Ron Quinzel. We'll see if he's going to have to head pit side here. Not sure how, but that number 9 machine actually looks pretty darn good. Well, now he's going to have to come down pit side, and we'll see what the repair work is going to look like here as we sit under the caution flag. Car will go up on the front jacks. All manual equipment here in the Sprint Car Series. Even a single tire change can take upwards of 30 seconds. should see the lights go out here on the iRacing safety car, and they do. Green flag back in the air off of turn number 4. A little bit of a bobble for Blake Bottoms. He's had a heck of a run so far, up 5 to run in the second position. Peek back in the field a little bit here. Mark Reynolds, your hard charger, up 8 spots from where the race started this evening. A couple cars ahead of him in the number 8, Sam Johnston, currently runs in the 9th position. He's up 7 from the start of this race. Quincel's still going to be pit side, so down to 11 cars remaining on the racetrack. Here's Blake Bottoms looking to the outside. New race leader into 1. He'll hold the spot. Blake Bottoms to the top of the charts. Just past the halfway point, and Bottoms may have found some speed up on the high side of the racetrack. Is Jeffrey Stanton going to go right with them? Oh, Ryan Sellers, big dive. He's going to take the lead back. Now we've got a 4-car battle as Steven Mastro is right there as well. He wants a piece of the action through 1 and 2. Bottoms back down to the inside, lap number 40. You got to go up on the scoreboard. It'll be 20 to go here at Southern National. How about Steven Mastro up to 3rd? Gwendolyn Old right back in the fight as well. Now 5 cars battling for the race lead. Sellers around the outside of Mastro, not going to get it done. In fact, Gwendolyn Old going to have a peek inside of the number 1. Ryan Sellers dominant this whole race, now falls back to 4th, almost 5th position. Blake Bottoms has opened up a 3, almost 4-car length lead as they head down the front straightaway. Mastro around Jeffrey Stanton holds on to 2nd. Steven Mastro wants to claim 2nd in points away from Jeffrey Stanton. It's going to take a big run here tonight to get it done. And even still, when you factor in the drop weeks, not a lot of movement late in the season in the point standings, but it was 6 points from Stanton to Dan Smith in the 3rd position, and 18 back to Steven Mastro in 3rd. A win here tonight could be all that Steven Mastro needs as Ryan Sellers comes around Jeffrey Stanton. Going to put Stanton back to the 4th position. Gwendolyn Old sitting content there in 5th. Good run also for William Guess, holding on to that 6th position, keeping sight of that battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Derek Love trying to get around the outside of Sam Johnston. Johnson, Love, Brown, Payne, and Reynolds all battling here behind your race leaders. These are the last cars running on the lead lap. Austin Rich Miller back on the racetrack running in the 13th position. They've settled down, so we'll peek back to the front of the field. Here comes Jeffrey Stanton looking down to the inside of Ryan Sellers. Nothing going there. Sellers dips the left side tires down onto the apron. That can help pinch the car into the turn, but gonna get those right sides very, very hot in the process. Stanton looking to the inside of Sellers through 1 and 2. Sellers now back to working that high lane. It seems like the drivers are finding a little bit of speed there. The problem is you just can't make that line work forever. Down to just a handful of laps to go here, and these two cars have lost sight of the race leader. Blake Bottoms holding on to a half-second advantage over Steven Mastro. We are quickly down to 3 to go. Everybody singled out as we're down to just a lap and a half to go here at Southern National. Blake Bottoms looking to claim the win here this evening. White flag is out, 1 more lap to go. Cleanly off at turn number 2. He'll do the same thing through turns 3 and 4. Checkered flag is in the air, and Blake Bottoms gets the win at Southern National over Steven Mastro and Ryan Sellers to complete your podium. Jeffrey Stanton, Gwendolyn Old, your top 5. William Guest, Sam Johnson, Derek Love, Brian Payne, and Jason Brown, the top 10. Blake Bottoms making the donuts here on the front straightaway. And he parks it right in victory lane. Well done, sir. Get you your race results here. Blake Bottoms the winner by a half-second over Steven Mastro, Ryan Sellers, Jeffrey Stanton, Gwendolyn Old, your top 5. William Guest, Sam Johnson, Derek Love, Brian Payne, and Jason Brown back through the top 10. Mark Reynolds, Austin Miller, Ron Quinzel, Jason Steinhurst, Josh Batista back through the 15th position. 16th belongs to Mike Lefholz. 17th, Alexander Rowe. 18th to Chris Janke. And 19th to Caleb Case. Get the cameras queued up here for the Victory Lane interviews, and we'll see who we're going to have to talk to. You know what? Start things off with our third place finisher here this evening, Mr. Ryan Sellers. And Ryan, congratulations on a podium finish tonight and what looks to be a locked-up championship here overall in the iRacing Sprint Car Cup.
Thanks, Chris. I really appreciate it. Well, I guess tried to save as much as I can, and obviously it didn't work. Got a real hard push there, after so many cautions. I think I just too many heat cycles in the tires and abused them a little too hard.
That sort of seemed like we saw a lot of that late. The heat cycles can be, is it more of like a cliff that you get one too many and they fall off, or can you start to feel that coming on?
Tonight I definitely started feeling it coming on. I mean, the longer it went, the worse my car got. But I think, the getting passed by Blake and Steven and all them and then fighting back to third, I think if Jeff wouldn't have been on my tail, I could have caught back up to Mastro a little bit. My tires were getting cooled down a little bit, and I started closing a little. But it's one of them deals. It's a racing deal. Top 3, can't really complain.
Yeah, and a championship to go along with it. That one's got to be a pretty big deal for you and the whole DRR Speedworks team.
Oh, for sure. I can't thank these guys enough. Dan, Rich, Jason, Derek, Late. We've been gelling really well as a team, and hopefully it can continue into next year.
All right, bud. Congratulations. And before we go here, let's make sure you get all the plugs in.
Thank you. I want to thank you guys, obviously, for broadcasting the whole season. It's been fun to see you guys on Tuesday night almost every week. And DRR Speedworks, Dan, Rich, Jason, Derek, like I said, and want to give a little shout-out to Rich. He's been a little under the weather here lately, so hopefully he's feeling a little better and see him back soon.
Yes, our thoughts as well here. Thank you very much, Ryan. We appreciate it. And let's get a word in now with Steven Mastro, going to be your runner-up finisher here this evening. And tell you what there, Steven, the Hoosier Tire East number 4 looked pretty darn good out there.
Yeah, she was pretty quick. I was just happy to get some green flag run in there because it was definitely better in the longer runs.
Is that something that is going to be more setup based, or could you just feel the car coming in more how you liked it?
That's a pretty good question. I'm usually pretty good in the long runs just in general, but I also think the way I had it set up tonight, I think I was running maybe not the best gear tonight. I think I was at a different gear than I know Blake did and a few other guys. So I think that might have helped it in the long run too. In the short runs, it wasn't that great, but long run it was pretty good.
May have helped propel you up to, if not second, possibly third in points tonight with Dan Smith not running the race this evening. All in all, not a bad 2021 Season 3 for you.
Yeah, I was just scratching and clawing at it all season long, just really hoping to get that win. I just couldn't seem to get it done on Tuesdays. I had some luck on Thursdays, but man, if seconds and thirds and fourths are disappointing, then we're doing something right.
Yeah, absolutely. So congratulations on a fantastic 2021 Season 3. Great result to get yourself up to second there as well. Who would you like to thank?
I thank you guys at NRN for putting the broadcast on. Hoosier Tire East. Shout out to my dad and my gramps, and congrats to Blake on the win, and congrats to Ryan on the championship.
All right, bud. Well, thank you very much. That was absolutely fantastic of you there to show a little love. And let's bring in our race winner here. So we'll get the replay queued up, show you taking the checkered flag, make sure we get the donuts in here. Blake Bottoms, congratulations. Big-time win here to close out the 2021 Season 3.
Thank you. Yeah, coming again, I was pretty worried, to be honest. I historically suck at this track, no matter what car you put me in. And I was not confident in my setup to come in. So I was pleasantly surprised at the long-run pace there, especially after the qualifying performance.
Yeah, you gained, I was just going to mention, you gained 6 spots, one of the hard chargers of the race there, and you did it organically as opposed to through attrition. Was the car just that hooked up, or were you finding grip in places that other people weren't?
I don't really know. I think the only line that I would do differently is late apex. I seem to have more corner entry into the center rotation than some of the other guys, but they were definitely. I mean, like Stanton and Sellers would leave me on every restart. We did. I mean, they were so fast in a straight line. So I definitely was giving up something on initial get up and go, but the car came in very well in the middle of the corner. I think that made up for it.
Yeah, it was impressive to watch you come through the field tonight, that is for sure. So congratulations on a big win here to close out the season, a big momentum builder as we head into Season 4 coming up in just a couple of weeks as well.
Yes. Hope to see you again.
Absolutely, bud. I say, before we let you get out of here, make sure you get any sponsor plugs and thank yous that you need to here, too.
Don't got any sponsors, but like always, again, thank you for broadcasting, and thanks to everyone in the sprint community for showing up and making these races what they are, and helping us put on a show and drive one of the best cars on this oval side of this service.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Blake. We appreciate it. And yeah, I will share that sentiment. We have absolutely loved bringing you coverage of the iRacing Sprint Car Cup here, 2021 Season 3. We're going to be back for 2021 Season 4, but I think we're going to have Dan Smith handling the play-by-play duties. I will be off working the 3-hour rock block for TNT. Yeah, double hits, double shot Tuesday, every Tuesday night, We'll get all the old radio guy gags out of the way. But yeah, so really looking forward to having Dan Smith, very, very knowledgeable on these race cars. And quite frankly, one of the nicest guys to talk to as well. So looking forward to that coming up here in just a couple of weeks. And with that, we're going to get on out of here. Southern National Motorsports Park playing host to the season finale for 2021 Season 3. Blake Bottoms is your race winner. Ryan Sellers going to walk out of here with the overall points championship. For everybody here at the National Racing Network, my name is Chris Graham. It's been a pleasure to have you hanging out with us here. We will talk to you all soon. Have a good night, everybody.